All right, Shalom. I would give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Gakadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I have a video going into the Ukrainians prepare for a Russian invasion. Now, this is on December 4th, at least this was told, or uploaded on December 7th. So this was like 2 weeks ago. But this is what's popping up all over. Like, I'm talking about not even what's happening now. I'm talking about what's happening in other countries, as far as like how people is gearing up. I'm so like not people, but yeah, well the people, but the entire countries are rising up against each other, and primarily, and as far as I can tell, and it has been prophesied that they're all gearing up against this place, Babylon. But you have all these countries rising up, not only with what's going on with them gathering to take down each other, but what's going on inside their own civilizations. Like I'm seeing all the different accounts of uncivil, like civil unrest. Like you got rioters, angry over multiple things. It's not just one, but multiple things. And then you got these things that's sparking up. And everybody getting ready for the smackdown of the century, as they would say. So it's about a little bit of the clip. I might play even the whole clip possibly, but there it is.
This gear provided for by the regular military, or you buy it on your own?
It's actually our
almost all our own, including weapons.
Look, all these weapons are actually the hunting things that we have a license for.
So in the event of a Russian invasion, you just take your own personal
Yeah,
weapons?
absolutely. I think it's not the obligation, but it's the duty of each man who can carry a rifle, stood up and actually be ready. Слава Україні! Героям слава! Доброго дня!
So these are people that just actually bringing their own weapons to the fight. Because this is more than just a simple war for these people. This is literally a kingdom takedown. At least that's what it's going to lead to for anybody and everybody, especially anybody that loves their own country. Anybody's going to make some type of form of better weaponry or something to craft of their own, or even use their own to defend their home, such as it was back then before guns were even invented. You had civilians even coming in to try to fight and defend their home. It wasn't just all the military, but once they saw their home being invaded, you had some that tried to defend it, and then some that would just flee. It was either or. Because you take their land, you take everything that they have to live for. Some would just flee and just say we could start over. For others, it was the simple fact that I'm gonna die with my home and my family. And for these people, it will be the same way. So it says Moscow has positioned some 100,000 troops on Ukraine borders, sparking concern about a major offensive in the coming weeks or months. On December 4th, amid the mounting tensions, volunteer soldiers from Kyiv's territorial defense force trained to defend their city against a Russian invasion. So it's gonna be nuts soon enough. We haven't even hit 2022 yet. So I wonder what's in store from there.
With Russian forces massing on the borders, Ukraine's military is preparing to defend against a major offensive in the coming weeks or months. And part of that plan are the Territorial Defense Forces, which include civilian volunteer soldiers who will maintain law and order or perhaps participate in resistance warfare operations should Russia invade.
My main job, I am a lawyer. We must be prepared.
I had to go back.
Should
I didn't
Russia
even hear that
invade.
part earlier.
My main job, I am a lawyer.
See, he says his main job is he's a lawyer in the military, or probably just a defense force in defense of his home to defend what he got. So what he's doing now is not new compared to what's gone on before. But this is where even the Lord's even rise, like even the Lord mentioned that he's going to bring everybody, at least every country, Slaki army into the land of Jehoshaphat, and he's going to wipe them out. That includes even the volunteers.
We must be prepared to defend. If we fail our independence, we will disappear.
What we are doing, we are currently training to support or to counter ambush of the probability of some insurgents that may infiltrate to Ukraine.
So I'm a normal woman, who have full-time job. I have a garden, I have a house, I have 3 kids, I have 10 cats, some 2 dogs, and my son is now here in territorial defense, and my husband also here. So
It's a family event to defend the country.
yeah.
I came here to have the skills to use a gun and to defend, let's say, yourself, your children.
Now we are training to forest fight, and we will use these skills. For example, if we have some sabotage groups here, they infiltrate inside our territory, we will surround them, capture them, and destroy them.
What made you decide to join the Territorial Defense Force?
The main reason, because I love my country. We will be the operation reserve, so we will be the first of non-military people who will take weapon, take rifles, and we will help army in all over the places that we can, in logistics, in supply.
What is Ukraine fighting for right now? Are you fighting?
Freedom. The first thing is freedom.
What made you decide to join the Territorial Defense Forces?
My will to defend my country against oppression, Russian oppression.
I hope that these skills I won't use, but I want to be sure that I can.
I don't want my kids to be, to still continue to fight, and I'm afraid they will have to. But anyway, at least I will do everything that's possible.
I don't want that children will have the similar experience. Enough. That's enough for Ukrainians.
When you see the news about the Russian buildup on the border, are you personally concerned that there might be a full-scale invasion of Ukraine?
That's a difficult question. Yes, I feel concerned. That's why I'm here. That's why I keep my magazines loaded and my rifle ready and clean. But I hope that will not happen, actually, because that will be a catastrophe for both countries.
And there it is. You have people, families, feeling obligated to defend what's left of theirs. So Imagine anywhere else. Imagine hell, I don't even know what else could be happening. What other places spot or rolled up on another country? American does it all the time. They're known for invading other countries and trying to take what's not theirs. This is Matthew 24:6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass." So every so now you're seeing not only just World War III building up, you see civil unrest building up, or the Civil War. And this is basically going to be a civil war. And now you basically have a, I want to call it a mini militia war at this point. Just a war on the civilians going into the army. Yeah, I think there's a word for that, but I might look into it later. But you're going to see all sorts of things happening. This is just for what it feels like, from what it looks like. This all looks like a build up, like from all the news reportings of how the protesters are just going up against anything and everything, to how World War III is building up. But these other countries just gearing up. This feels like a build up to what's, I guess, going to happen in 2022. Maybe even 2023. Who knows? But this seems like it's just missing that one spark to make the flame go boom. But it's almost there. It just needs a little bit more oil before they get there. And I think that's what it feels like it's leading up to. Before every country goes in all out brawl, before all the civilians go into all out brawl, it would look like the whole world is fighting at this point, which technically it is. We're gonna see some crazy news reporting, some weird things happening. By weird, I mean deadly. Hell, I can't. It's kind of even hard for me to put into words, because it's going to be a time that we never seen before. Hell, it's going to be a time that history itself has never seen before. So this is, as I would say, is about to get interesting. So this is Psalms 55:21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart." And the reason I got there, that I wanted to get this scripture, is because not a lot of people's looking at this. Sluggy. Not a lot of people's looking at the reports that's going into these other countries outside this place. They're looking at the stuff that goes on inside this place, and they're only looking for the good stuff. They'll hear some of the bad stuff that these news channels like to do. But you don't see or hear a lot of people talking about what's happening outside, what's happening to these other countries, what's happening that's going to affect this country. And these people are in a rude awakening because Esau is the one who tells these people not to worry about it. He's the same one that puts these news media people to show them the good stuff, a little bit of the bad, and tell them they basically everybody going their way. And nobody's actually even questioning these things. They're only concerned about, I see it all the time. They're only concerned about, oh, how can we fix this place? How can we stop the toxic masculinity? Because apparently that's the thing that's rising back up again. Woman worship and several other things that's not really relevant or relevant at all at this point. But that's the Stockholm syndrome that our people can't brush off them. Especially when this place really crashed, they're going to lose their marbles. It's going to look so bad that in their minds, it's going to be like an alternate reality. Like people gonna be so far in their minds thinking, oh, everything is all nice and dandy, but outwardly they're acting like ravenous animals, like something else didn't possess them. They want that lifestyle back. They will miss, and it's already happening now. You look at these people, especially them riders. They're angry that their so-called rights are being taken, and they're not comfortable with that. Makes them uncomfortable, makes them angry, and you see what this gets them. But that's not to change the subject. But you can see that all this is building up with the things outside of what's going on. Especially when they start drafting that martial law. How it might even seem like a World War IV going on. But that's pretty much all I have going into that. So, little one, this was a little edifying. With that, shalom.